I call it the fast future arsenal because I believe that today's competitive landscape is changing and reshaping in fundamentally new ways. And we need new tools, new capabilities, and new ways of thinking to really create competitive advantage in this landscape. To think about what's happening today, I like to think about how kids play with Lego sets. And I watch my daughter play with Lego sets very often, and we've given her many different boxes of Lego sets over time. Each box, each Lego set uh, proposes a certain combination. You could create, say, a battleship, you could create a magical kingdom. It provides you the various components, the various Lego pieces, and it gives you the directions of how to bring them together. And she does that once, but that's about it. She never makes the same combination a second time. Once she's followed the instructions once, she breaks those pieces apart, breaks those sets apart, brings them back down to their core pieces, and throws all the Lego pieces into one single bundle from across all the different sets that she's played with. And now what she really enjoys is just playing with that big mass of Lego sets, Lego pieces across sets, and recombining them into fundamentally new things that the Lego creators did not imagine or did not even ask her to or provide the instructions for. So a component from an airplane's wing could end up as a pleat on the shirt of a bride, the skirt of a bride, and this is really limited only by my daughter's imagination. And that's what's really happening in the competitive landscape today. Today's competitive landscape resembles uh, an ocean of Lego pieces, which can be recombined in fundamentally new ways. Why did we end up here? We ended up here because traditional industry structures were vertically integrated. It was much more effective to perform activities within your company than to work with players outside, because the cost of coordinating those same activities externally was very high. But with digital technologies coming in, the cost of performing those activities outside also drops. And so there's no reason to retain those activities in your firm. And so increasingly, the traditional vertical structure of the industry started getting unbundled. We started seeing specialized firms emerging, and these specialized firms now work very much like Lego pieces. They can plug and play across different pieces across the industry, and not just in the traditional industry, but something from a specific capability from an insurance industry could plug into the healthcare industry, for instance. And so you have now convergence across different industries. And we've ended up in a very interesting competitive landscape where there's no longer a clear definition of who your competitors are and who your collaborators are. It all depends on the boundaries of what you're creating, because you could collaborate and compete across different players. And the value now rests in recombining these unbundled pieces into new bundles, into new combinations. And so we're moving from a place where we unbundle these vertically integrated companies, and we can now rebundle them into fundamentally new bundles which are much more horizontal. So the industry structure is moving away from this vertical structure to a horizontal structure. We've seen this first in the computing industry, when the vertically integrated IBM sort of business moved into the horizontal Windows and Intel dominated structure of the industry. But then we've seen this again and again in media, in telecom, and financial services. And this pattern is repeating across the board. So in order to win in this new landscape, you really need to understand how to innovate at the intersections, because you could be handed Lego pieces from across many different industries. These could be simply APIs, these could be capabilities opened out by third parties, and you could be in a position to mash these up, recombine them, and create fundamentally new value by recombining and innovating at the intersections.